adjustment layer is one of the best features of Premiere. Basically, instead of applying effects or color adjustments to individual clips, you apply them to the adjustment layer you have created, and all the clips under the adjustment layer are affected. The best way to understand what an adjustment layer is to practice. So let's not waste any time now, and let's start our tutorial. This is our scene. There are two videos in our scene. Let me show you these videos. I will try to show you how to apply adjustment layer on these videos. First, let me show you how to create an adjustment layer, and then let's move on to how to use it. To create an adjustment layer, we can either click on the adjustment layer option under New, under the File menu, or we can create the adjustment layer by right-clicking on the File panel. That is, right-clicking on an empty area and clicking New Item and clicking Adjustment Layer among the options that appear. I click on it, and after I clicked on it, it shows me a window with some parameters. Among these values are the properties of the adjustment layer. For example, the dimensions or sequence values of the adjustment layer can be set here. Since we have also opened a sequence and created an adjustment layer on this sequence, whatever the values of this sequence are, they set here automatically. If you are not going to make a conscious choice, these dimensions and values can remain as they are. I click OK in the window that appears, and as you can see, the adjustment layer is created here. This adjustment layer is actually a layer that we can drag to the scene and use like any other clip. I clicked on this layer and dragged it onto the scene. And this layer is actually an empty object with nothing on it. So when I drag it over the clip, as you can see, again nothing has changed. The clip still looks the same as it did before. So what do we need to do to use this adjustment layer, and what is its logic? Let me try to show you this right away. When we edit videos, we add effects on the videos. We make changes to the colors and use the clips in this way. When we use the adjustment layer, these effects and color changes are not on the clip. We do them on the adjustment layer. So any effects or color changes on the adjustment layer also appear on the clips underneath it. Let's confirm this with a quick example. For example, let's add blur. Under the effect, I select Gaussian blur and we give this effect to the adjustment layer itself, which we normally add to the clip before using the adjustment layer. When I gave this effect to the adjustment layer, as you can see, the Gaussian blur feature came up in the effect control panel. Notice the video when you increase the value in the blur section. As you can see, it is as if an effect that I didn't give to the clip was given to the clip. So if I right click on the adjustment layer and remove or undo the enable property, if I make the adjustment layer invisible, the original clip will appear. So what that means is that everything that's included in the adjustment layer that I've added on top of it affects the elements underneath it. So why didn't we give this blur effect to the clip? What's the advantage of the adjustment layer? When you think about this kind of thinking, you need to think about this. You might have dozens of clips or hundreds of clips in a project, and you need to make similar changes to all of them. You can do it one by one. You might need to change those changes. These things are a waste of your time. If you create an adjustment layer and give the adjustment layer itself these effects or these color changes, you will save a lot of time. For example, we just gave the blur effect to this, and I'm expanding this layer, and all the elements under the adjustment layer will benefit from these effects. As such, the clip here should also benefit from it. Let's play it. We haven't given this clip any blur or anything like that. But since we have expanded the adjustment layer, see what happens. As you can see, this clip has the same effect. Why? Because it has an adjustment layer with an effect in it. I'm going to cancel the blur part. I'm going to delete the Gaussian blur effect, and let's turn this off. Let's come to lumetri color. Now the changes we are going to make to this lumetri color will also affect the clip underneath it, as we have just emphasized. With the adjustment layer selected, I changed the colors like this. I increased the exposure, contrast, highlight, shadow. I'm changing these. Change them according to your mind. And as you can see, again, whether it's color or effect, the clips underneath will be affected. So this will save us time, and later on, when we want to remove this color or remove the effect, we can remove it from here or delete it. It doesn't matter. We can make all the clips benefit from it. That's the basic logic of the adjustment layer. By using adjustment layer, we can also intervene in the values here. Normally we can edit the scale value or other values on the video, on the clip. Whether it's rotation, scale or other position values, we can edit them. I undo this because I want to show you something about the adjustment layer. When we hover over the adjustment layer and change these values, we see that it doesn't take advantage of them. If we want to use the adjustment layer with position, rotation or scale values, we need to do this. I undo this again. Again, I go to the effect panel and here I find the transform effect. The transform effect is under distort. I take it and drag it over the adjustment layer. When we take a look at the transform effect, you will see that there are values such as position, scale, rotation. By editing on these, for example by editing on scale, we can enlarge the image, play with the position of the image. We can enlarge the video, change the position of the video, or change the other values to make changes on that value. So, for these types of adjustments, we need to intervene by adding the transform effect to the adjustment layer. Another advantage of using the adjustment layer is that it can be integrated with effects. So, what I mean is this. When I expand the effect window like this, let's say at the beginning we give a scale keyframe here, and I go a little bit further and increase this scale keyframe a little bit more. Now as you can see there are two keyframes and these keyframes have a zoom. Now I'm going to save this scale effect as a preset and I'm going to use it later. Let's do it like this. I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to copy it with the Alt key so it will zoom in at the beginning of the video and then zoom out. I will go through the details of this quickly because there is another video about creating this preset. Let's not waste time here. When I click save preset and when I click test, I choose the scale value or you can choose others. When I click test, here is the preset I saved. Now I drag a new adjustment layer here. As you saw at the beginning of the tutorial, there is no effect. When I drag the preset here, as you can see, the transforms preset feature will also come here and I can use the preset without any extra effort. The relationship of the adjustment layer to these effects will be a quick way to apply effects that you regularly apply in your own videos. If you don't like this effect, you can also remove it by deleting the adjustment layer directly instead of deleting the effect on the clips. Adjustment layer has some nice features like this. This is the general purpose of the adjustment layer. The elements below the adjustment layer are affected by it. Objects and elements above it are not affected. It is a very useful feature for those who use Premiere like me. That's all for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.